In this video, I will go through another law which involves the division of one expression by another with the same base. Let us first look at the example 8 to the power of 5 divided by 8 to the power of 3. Well, looking at the 8 to the power of 5 first, we know that 8 is our base number and that 5 is our index number. Similarly, looking at 8 to the power of 3, we know that 8 is also our base number while our index number is 3. So to start off, we want to expand out our expression 8 to the power of 5. Well, how do we do this? Well, we know that we can expand it out as 8 multiplied by itself to the power of the index, which is 5. So it's 8 multiplied by itself 5 times. Similarly, looking below the line, we have 8 to the power of 3. Well, we know that our base number is 8, and multiplied by itself, how many times? 3. At this stage, we want to simplify our expression. The easiest way for us to do this would be to divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same value. Looking at the question, we can see that we can divide both above and below the line by 8. So, if I divide below the line by 8, 1 of my 8's cross off, divided by 8 and gives us 1. What we must do below the line, we must also do above the line. So divide above the line by 8. So, if we divide 8 by 8, also gives us 1. We need to repeat the process because we still have numbers in our denominator. So, divided by 8 below and above the line again. 8 divided by 8 also gives us 1. We do the same above the line. We need to do it one last time. So divide 8 divided by 8 below the line gives us 1. Similarly, 8 divided by 8 above the line gives us 1. So, what are we left with? Well, above the line we now have 8 multiplied by 8. And this is divided by, below the line, we're left with 1. So, can we rewrite 8 multiplied by 8 in another way? Yes, we can. 8 squared, or 8 to the power 2, divided by 1. And we know that anything divided by 1 is itself, so your answer is 8 squared. So, let us look at one more example. So we have 5 to the power 6 divided by 5 squared, or 5 to the power 2. Well, the first thing we want to do is to expand the expression out. So, we expand out 5 to the power 6 and we get 5 multiplied by itself 6 times. Similarly, we do the same with 5 squared. And we get 5 multiplied by 5. So at this stage, we want to simplify this expression. So, what we can do is divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same value. In this case, it would be easy to divide it by 5. So, when we divide our denominator by 5, we get 5 divided by 5. This will give us 1. So we have 5 left below the line. What we do in the denominator, we must do with the numerator. So we divide the numerator by 5. This cancels off one of our 5's and leaves us with a 1. We must repeat the process again. So divide the denominator by 5. That leaves us with 1. And we do the same with the numerator. This cancels off another one of our 5's. So, at this stage we have simplified our expression. This gives us our answer as 5 multiplied by itself 4 times. This can be written as 5 to the power of 4. From our examples that we just used, we can see that when you subtract the index number from our denominator from the index number of our numerator, we get the index number for our answer. So, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Similarly, look at the second example. If we have 5 to the power 6 divided by 5 to the power 2, so the index number of 6 minus 2 will give us the index number of our answer, which is 4. Our general rule states that we have expression a to the power of m to be divided by a to the power of n this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So, give an example of this, it could be a to the power of 100 divided by a to the power of 8. This would be equal to a to the power of 100 minus 8, which is equal to a to the power of 92. This rule is extremely handy when we have large quantities like a to the power of 100 divided by a to the power of 8. Rather than expanding it out, it is easier just to use the rule.